how does, if 2 plus 2, is 4, that's 8. It's 4, that's still 8. 4, how does that make sense? Hi, welcome to my little corner of the internet, I guess. I was so rude last time, I didn't even introduce myself. So, it's me, CC. I just be yapping, that's what I do. And I guess today we're going to yap again. I'm going to redo that whole thing because if it's not giving, but whatever. So, and I just be talking about everything today. I'm going to cosplay as a book talker. I'm going to be on book things because I can't. Like, it has been on my brain and I just couldn't let it shut it. So, I'm going to have a conversation about it. Children of blood and bones. It's giving children of deceit and anguish. Children of deceit and lies, children of deceit and colorism. Because what is going on? What is going on? Let me paint y'all a picture. The first book, okay, this is like number 3. I'm on it. I'm trying. The first one, like Children of Blood and Bones, 2018. I think it came out. Let me paint you a picture, yeah? Me in my youthfulness, frolicking, striding. I'm in the library, chilling, doing what I ever do, scavenging for the books, for the stories, and I see like a cover. Like, I'm gonna put it in here because the cover is so good of this book. I was already enthralled. I was like, what? I was like, black? Actually, it's pronounced like, oh, I love that. I was shook. Like, imagine this. I'm in this library in Germany. Ain't even shit going on. I'm not even in like Berlin or anything. It's not a cool. It's not like Berlin. So, I see this book. Read what's up. Yes. Copped it, need it, and I don't know, I think I was done in like 3 days. So fucking good. So quick recap, we're in this mystical Nigeria, it's in Orisha, and again we have this different caste system, and you have people who are magi, who can wield power, and you have like normal people, basically kusidan, I think that's what they're called. And the thing is, the king wanted to have all the power because that's how it goes. He's like, magic is so scary, let me find a way to end it. He found a way to ban magic, so magi couldn't access magic. And in that same breath, he killed all the magi who could access that power. And like when you're too young, when you're still children or whatever, you cannot access that power yet. So the children survived, but a lot of like their parents, all their relatives, they got killed. One of them was Zili's mother, because Zili's our main character. So that's where we are, right? And what basically happens is that Zili and her brother, they are living their day-to-day lives under oppression or whatever, and have to find a way to survive in this system. And on the other hand, because the story has different perspectives as well, we have Zili's perspective, but we also have, for example, the princess of the kingdom, like the daughter of the crazy-ass king. He is not only an abuser outside, he's also an abuser at home. Isn't that funny? Like, who is surprised? So she's also suffering, and the whole family actually. Like, she has her oldest brother Inan, who is like the firstborn. He's gonna be king, perfect. Everybody loves him. He also has his issues, obviously. But yeah, he has her older brother, the king, who jail. Her mother also, who hates her. That's very interesting. The dynamic in the family is that everybody is quite light-skinned. I think like the more noble you are and the more rich you are, the higher you go in the caste system, the lighter you are, whatever. And as you can see also in this cover, Zili, or like the Magi in general, are very, very dark-skinned. Also, their hair is white. So like, you see the contrast, you see the dots. So very dark, very, very dark. White hair, and in the beginning of the story their hair is straight, but the more power, like the more they get access to magic or can get access, the more coily their hair gets. So somebody just like this for Afro or whatever, so you see how huge of a role colorism and also texturism plays in the whole story. Because Amari, in her family, she's I think the darkest out of her family. Her mother never treated her well. Everybody treats her different because of that. And there are like rumors or like, oh my god, she must have cheated. This can't be the king's daughter. Like, I don't know how y'all think genetics works, but whatever. And her mama is very much on the hateration there. She wants her to bleach, like on the low. No, actually high key. It's not okay. So one day, Amari decides, she's like, nah, I'm not doing that anymore. I can't be here. It's not a lifestyle, yeah. And it was some fateful day. She discovered there's a scroll still in the castle. Yes, a scroll that could have the power to bring magic back. I was like, what? What? This girl, she grabs the scroll, she runs out, like Faza, out of nowhere. She meets with Zeli and her brother together. They come together to bring magic back. I was like, what? What? No, it's giving storyline. It's giving plot of the twist. It's giving mystical. It's giving YA. I was living. Then you have your little romance sprinkled in. You know what I mean? It was so good. Like the first book, I couldn't sit it down. I was ride or die. Tomi Adeyemi, like the author, ride or die. I was here for her. Such a good fucking book. I couldn't wait for the second book. I was here for it. I was so here for it. There were choices she made for characters which I do not understand. Amari, why? Like I was the biggest hater. It's not even funny. I don't know why we made these choices. Also, like pissing me off. Oh, making me mad every single decision. I was like, why are you weak? I'm so sorry. Why are you like? So I'm supposed to respect you? What? And no, it was the second book specifically. Trauma. A lot of war, fight. But I also understand like we gonna fight. We gonna go there. So I'm here for it. The second book also giving the end of the second book. Why are we on slave ships? Like that shocked me. I will not speak further on this third book. Yeah, because that's the third book now. I'm trying to get through it. I do not know why that was necessary. Like just in my head, I was like, Afrique de l'Ouest. I didn't know we're gonna have this triangular slave trade kind of parallels there. That's not what I signed up for. Tell me, it's fine, but also it's not because I didn't sign up for this. So I was like, what's happening? I'm shook as. But that's not even the point of this. So, because the first book was, it was everywhere. I don't know if it was everywhere, but for me, it was everywhere. It made me the woman I am today so good. And everybody was raving about it. I was like, I went on IG following her, seeing the interview she did. She was like, oh my God, it's going to be a movie. Rumor. I was like, yes. No, we need it. We make it happen. I'm sorry. I don't know how I make it happen. I love it. The movie, we finally, like, she's talking about, oh yeah, we're going to have like unknown underground Nigerian stars. It's like, let's go. Let us go. The cast. They give us a cast. And first of all, I'm like, okay, let's go. Okay. Viola Davis, yes. What? Am I a Nikki fans? Problem Sri Lanka. Am I a Viola Davis stan? Yes, Viola. Idris Elba. I was like, okay, Cynthia Erivo. Like, we got the names. Stamston Idris. My husband. I need to do that. I need a moment. And she says, Amari, Amanda Stenberg. And I stop and stare because, what? Because wasn't her whole point like her mama hates her because she's darker than the rest? And how does that make sense in the storyline? Because Amanda is quite light-skinned. And again, it just doesn't make sense to me. If it wasn't that deeply relevant to the storyline, I would be like, hey, let's come back to this, whatever. But if her mother is continuously insinuating, girl, you should bleach, like, you should do a little some. Ew, what are you? If that is such a major point, how does it make sense to make her the lightest out of the family you're creating in the cast? And like Regina King is her mother, and it doesn't make, I was like, how are you gonna write the story? Just explain it to me like I'm 5. I'm so confused. And there's like no real response to it. I know Amanda, I think they made a video talking about I saw myself and Amari is like, what? Did we read the same book? Because let me put in like the fan, how do you say that? The fan art and everything, how people were imagining Amari, how she was described, and just how does if 2 + 2, is 4. That's 8. It's 4. That's still 8. 4. How does that make sense? It's giving confusion, and that's just so disappointing to the whole readership, like the whole audience. I was like, oh my God, I was hurt in my chest. I was like, to me, why would you do this to me? I don't understand why she would do this to me personally. I was like, add me next time. It's like, am I doing too much? Yes, but also, why would you do this? Add me next time. like listen to your sister Zendaya, how she's talking about, yeah, I ain't taking jobs from black women, so why should I do that? Like, I know my place. I know, like, we know how colorism works in Hollywood. We know how it's like, oh, the more palatable you are to whiteness, blah, 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 this is how much more likely you're gonna get the job, da, da, da. Give people the chance. Also, if the storyline, if she's literally described as like being dark as an oak tree. Have you seen an oak tree? I'm so confused. First of all, like, upset about that, confusion about that. It's like, what's happening? Oh my god, explain, please, explain. Don't understand anything. And then the responses are giving to me because what you talk about, like, I imagine everybody's talking about your best-selling book. Girl, let's be for real. Let's grow up. Let's have a conversation. Please respect me enough to be like, yo, I understand your concerns, but this and this and this is why I made the decision. Maybe that could have been a response. I wouldn't have been happy. I would be happy. Would I be happier? Crazy. But that's not the only part. It was just like the first thing I wanted to address, be like, oak tree. Questions. Oak tree. That's what I wanted to address. Second, weren't there auditions for like Nigerian actors and actresses and whatever? Like unknown ones? Where they at? And I know there are some, they're like 2 or whatever, but it's like, it is playing in a fictitious Nigeria though. And like, there's one thing, don't piss off Nigerians, bro. Why would you do that? No, because like when I saw the TikToks, the Nigerians came out, they were like, when have you ever seen a Z? Like in Yoruba, like in the alphabet. I was like, actually, that's hilarious. Because I don't know, I'm not Nigerian. I don't know what's going on. But I was like, facts. Actually call it out. Drag it, you know? Because you could make the argument, okay, it's a fictitious Nigeria. It's an idea, so there can be a lot of interpretation, and that's fair. But if you are telling a story where a lot of Yoruba is also used, like in the incantations and everything, yo, bro, just be respectful. How about that? And I know there are like some hard-hitting Nollywood actors, like I think again 2, but yo, there's so much potential there. And as I already said, you have those big names like Viola Idris. People are going to show up regardless. So it could have been like, hey, let's give the unknowns a known, you know? Let's make them known. Let's give them a chance. So disappointing. What? Like, the responses were just not giving. It was just, okay, let me ignore. And, yeah. I mean, there is a point to telling stories with the care and tenderness that they deserve, and also the nuance and the detail to it. And it was so well done in the book, so much of it being thrown out in making the movie is just so disappointing. Yeah, I need to rant. I need to like cry it out, let it out. The heart aches, you know, it's aching, but it's fine. I mean, you want to see me in the movies, maybe. I mean, but I'm so sad. I'm gonna be like, explain. Like, I'm really interested to see what the story's gonna be. Like, how are you gonna write a story? Like, specifically about Amari's family dynamics, then the whole, it being set in Nigeria, I assume, and just having Nigerian actors and actresses would have made the language, like the accent, also so much more authentic, like a real actual accent, because I don't know if it's gonna be giving Wakanda accent. I'm not gonna like love Black Panther one, like we know what it is, but this generalized Afrikaan accent, it's funny, it's hilarious to the people. Yeah, I'm not gonna even say that much, like I'm not even Nigerian, I'm just also not Black American, I'm just a secret third thing, but bro, it was just disappointing, I guess. Yeah. I love that. Love's love.